What it do, guys? It's your boy YouTube Juice, and as we all know, everyone and their mama been locked in on the Nancy Guthrie investigation that's going on. And there's been also a lot of mix-ups with a lot of the stories that have been put out there. So I did want to be clear before we get started that on this channel, you only hear the facts. And if I'm not giving and delivering the facts, it will be adjusted in the next video. So much going on, guys. So much happening. So much to talk about once again. I had to take last night off just to kind of get a break from this whole thing. I mean, it's been a lot. So much has changed in the past couple days as far as us moving forward. However, we really haven't, well, really nothing's changed. I'm lying. And I just talked about giving facts, and here I go lying. Nothing's changed, guys. Nothing. The only thing that has changed is the fact that we were able to get DNA, although we still haven't been able to pin that DNA on a person. It looks like the DNA that was found was not in the system. So when they look up the DNA, that DNA is amongst all of those who have been incarcerated, or they have some type of criminal record. So looks like whoever the DNA was from, it looks like that person's never been incriminated in any way. This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. It really is. This is crazy. I know at some point they're going to get these guys. Even if we go on and we forget about this thing, it's going to come about that, you know, they, even if it's a year down the line, they're going to find this guy. It's just a matter of time. It just seems like we're finally moving in that direction, slowly but surely. I think a lot of us have this mindset of how things play out in the movies, but unfortunately things don't play out that way. I had a live view I had pulled up right here that you see on the screen here, and this is Dad's Gone Live. I've been kind of keeping an eye on some of his streams. I think he's on the bigger, lower kind of end of YouTube streamers, so if you want to check him out, feel free. He's been at Nancy's house, I think, the past week. Just kind of giving us that live night view and, you know, staying locked in there with a lot of these guys from the media. And two guys I'd like to shout out tonight too, not that they're going to hear my message, you know, because they're really big YouTubers and much more. But Brian Enton, or is it Eaton? I don't know. I think it's Enton. I always have a hard time pronouncing his last name. And the other gentleman, he goes by the name of JLR. I got to give huge thanks to those guys keeping us in tune with the whole Nancy investigation, just simply because I feel like these guys play a big part in keeping this thing going, man. These guys are a lot of the fuel that's keeping this alive as far as the media attention, you know, keeping us in tune in the media world. So I definitely had to shout out those guys, man. Those guys have been awesome, bro. They've been awesome. So as we all know, as of today, February 18, 2026, the investigation into the disappearance of 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, mother of Today's Show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie, remains an active rescue operation. And they went on to say the DNA from an unknown male was found on a black glove, recovered 2 miles from Guthrie's home. However, the Pima County Sheriff Department, PCSD, confirmed on February 17th that the sample did not match any profiles in the FBI's CODIS database. So it looks like they're going to try to do this thing through genetics, and it says the database searches failed. The FBI is now using investigative genetic, it looks like genealogy, to compare the DNA against public consumer databases like Ancestry or 23andMe to find potentially relatives of the suspect, which I thought was a really good, interesting idea. DNA found inside Guthrie's residence is also undergoing separation analysis, though it reportedly does not match the DNA found on the glove. And authorities are looking for a male approximately 5'9" to 5'10" tall with an average build. He was seen in the doorbell footage, as we all have seen before. And he's carrying a black 25-liter, it's a Ozark Trail backpack. And a lot of us have seen the video many, many, many times. I have a timeline I wanted to share and put up as well. I think it's a really good timeline that Nancy Grace had shared. So we'll kind of go over that timeline tonight. Got a few videos I want to, share with y'all tonight as well. I think it's so much going on, man. So much happening. But it seems like nothing's moving yet. Looks like a lot of people are saying Nancy Grace may be in Mexico. So it looks like a lot of people are thinking she's possibly there. If she is there, I wanted to say there's one good thing about Mexico, and the fact that you have access to medications that are normally medications that how do I word this? They're normally controlled substances that have to be prescribed through your doctor, but in Mexico you can get a lot of those medications with just cash or just money in general. So I thought I would share that just to kind of keep everyone on the positive side as far as Nancy being alive. I think we do have access to a lot of medications in Mexico that could potentially keep Nancy alive. However, we're still not certain if we have any signs of life at all whatsoever. As far as the pacemaker goes, pertaining to finding Nancy, the signal sniffer is something that we tried to use this past week on helicopters to try to detect low-powered electrical signals from Nancy's heart pacemaker, which disconnected from her phone at 2:28 a.m. on the night she vanished. We saw Chris Nanos today. It seems like he's more interested in giving interviews than press conferences for his community, which I thought that was odd, and I got an interesting video to share with you guys on that. It's been a really, really interesting thing to see how things play out, because we know the sheriff got off to a really bad start, and we all know that Nanos is trying to he's trying to make up for his F up. I can't say it how I want to say it, but Brian Inton had interviewed him today, and I thought it was a pretty good interview. Lucky him, by the way. I don't know if Nanos is giving interviews to everyone, but it seems like that's where he's taking his interest in.
Thank you for doing this, Sheriff. Appreciate it very much. I know that you and the FBI were able to get those surveillance photos off the camera in the front of the house.
Yeah.
Any progress on the other cameras? Can you do the same thing?
Boy, I'm hopeful. Here's what happened there. So we, of course, that camera we don't have, right? It was taken, removed from the scene, but we knew it existed.
By the way, guys, before we jump into this, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are enjoying the channel, and don't forget to like the stream. And remember, it helps the algorithm. So if we can get our likes up to a decent amount of numbers, this will help push this video out so that other people can get in tune and watch the video as well. Also, there is $100,000 reward added on to the additional reward that was provided through the FBI, I believe. So that reward has now gone up to $200,000, man. It's crazy, right? $200,000. The FBI is offering $100,000, and it looks like we had a lawyer donate another $100,000. So I think someone else, from what I'm hearing, but I don't want to put that out there because I'm not sure, had donated some more money as well. So you might get lucky, and there might be some more money involved if you have any information out there. Just saying.
And we asked, I think it's Google asked Google, hey, what can you do with this? And we gave them the other cameras and asked the same. And they said, well, there's not a subscription here. And it is hard because it overwrites itself, right? Every, I don't know how many hours, maybe it's every 36 or 72, whatever it is. But you know what, Sheriff, we'll try. Thank you. Away they went. They came back with this. And I'm going to try to explain this as a simple man that I am would. They explained it, it's like peeling paint. You have images over images over images. And you want to get to that 8th layer or the 6th layer. And you got to peel back very easily because you might destroy the layer you wanted. So they were able to do that. I said, oh, this is really, that was that piece of evidence. Oh, they kept it 10 days. No, we all sat here with, right in our command post with the FBI and went, this is really great stuff. We need this out there. So I don't know that it was here more than 2 hours, and it's only because we had to do some cutting of the way they sent it to us and prepare it to get out.
So we do have a lot of media outside of there. I think I do have someone in mind that I think I know of that is live outside of the sheriff's station for whatever reason. A lot of people are outside the sheriff's station. They've been out there all day. They're still out there tonight. And I believe they were trying, from what I heard, they were trying to see who it was that was there to get a lie detector test. I believe there was supposed to be a numerous of people getting the lie detector test done. I'm not too certain where that was supposed to take place. However, I believe that was supposed to take place at the sheriff's station where Chris Nanos is located. And I believe that's where this interview took place as well. Another thing I wanted to touch up on just real quick is the Guthrie family looks like they're off the leash and they're no longer considered suspects. Nanos made that official and very clear the other day. However, I disagree with that. I don't think anyone is ruled no longer a suspect until we find an actual suspect. Yeah, I just don't agree with him making that decision to just put it out there. But there's a lot of things behind the scene that we don't know what's going on. However, I think, in my opinion, he wanted to just bring some type of relief to the family and just keep them focused on their mom, because I feel like that takes away from just them being only focused on Nancy, considering somebody in the family very close to Savannah and Nancy might be looking at doing some jail time. But I don't know. I just don't. I wonder what they think about. I wonder how they feel after he made that clear. I'm sure there's some bit of relief. However, due to the public making it very clear that no one is ruled, as not a suspect just because he did make that statement to the Guthrie family. It's still in the air. And if you're smart enough to know that.
And had to check with Washington, all those things that the FBI had to do as well. And we got it out probably less than 2 hours. And it generated, in that first hour for us, just alone here at the department, almost 5,000 tips. So it's a great piece of evidence. So there's other cameras. Your question, will we get more? We've asked the Google, hey guys, can you do this? And they said the very same thing. Sheriff, we don't think we can get anything, but we'll try. And that's all we're hopeful.
And so as of now, it's still just the video from the front?
Yes.
Okay. Savannah Guthrie, Nancy's daughter, obviously very famous, loved around the country. Is this really random, or do you think someone may have had, like, you know, a grievance against Savannah? Have you been able to sort that out at all?
You know, well, yeah. Anything's possible, right? I mean, there was talk, well, this was a burglary gone bad. This was that. Those things have never come out of this office because we recognize that anything is possible, and we'll allow that evidence to show us what it is. The time to ask that question, motive, is when we actually know who's done this. And so, yeah, I get the speculation, but yeah, for me, I just looked at it and said from day one that Nancy was removed from her home against her will. We need to find her.
I know your deputies, detectives are working around the clock. I mean, we see them, you know. How long can this go on for in terms of the investigation at this level?
Because of the media, really, and that's a good thing, right? Because of the media, we've generated so many leads. I know last Wednesday we had 18,000 leads. The FBI had 14. So you're
18,000 leads. I think from what I heard, it was 40,000 leads. So these guys got a lot. They got a lot of work to do if they got that many leads. I hope one of those leads lead us to Nancy and to that guy that is holding on to Nancy right now, I guess. I mean, for whoever has Nancy right now, considering the public has been, the world is involved. By the way, guys, this is the biggest investigation going on in America. I don't want to get too carried away and say the world, but it might as well be, because this is the biggest thing that's happening in America right now.
We're probably closer to 40 or 50,000. As long as those leads keep coming, we'll keep at it.
I know you've said you can't, for the investigative reasons, talk about what you found in the house. But is there a lot in the house that you're not able to say? I mean, is there a lot of evidence we don't know about in terms of this being a crime?
No, again, you're asking me something that I can't talk about. I will tell you this. We removed some biological evidence, prints, DNA, whatever. All of that was removed and sent to the lab. We removed physical evidence, computers, phones, everything, anything we could. And that's submitted to another lab. That was given to the FBI. And why do we give it to the FBI? Because we know that they're very good at some of that stuff. And so we
big welcomes for those of y'all tuning in. Big welcomes. Big chats, man. Welcome, Misty. Welcome, Justice. Welcome back.
In fact, we've used the FBI before. They're very good at solving things and doing things. But the FBI, not unlike our Department of Public Safety in Phoenix, they have a lab. They could have been used. But we look at it as this. If I use, for example, a state lab, DPS, or the federal lab, Quantico, you have to understand they have others using
just observing Nanos, guys. Just take a look at Nanos. Just try to really pay attention to the little things. I just see, first of all, actually, we'll show this because the next video I'm going to show, it talks about Nanos. He has a history, man. He has a history. To be quite honest, just based on what I've observed, and just since this whole thing has started, ever since I've discovered him, I've been in Tucson my entire life, and I've never heard of this guy. I'm gonna be real with you, but just based on the little bit that I've observed, I just don't feel like Nanos he don't deserve the position that he's in. Let's be real. Someone else should be in this position. Not to say he can't figure it out, and maybe if it's not too late, because I honestly, in my opinion, I think this guy's gonna get fired. He's really the way he's been representing this town as a sheriff, the way he's representing sheriff, it's been horrible, guys. Let's be real. I just get this sense of immaturity from him when I see him talk. I see someone you don't want to see outside of work. there's something off about this guy to me. Something really, really off about this guy.
Labs too. And so it really puts a lot of strain on them to prioritize those cases and do what they can with them, where if I have my own lab or a contract lab, it allows me easier access to those cases that I think are important to us. And I'm not talking this case, I'm just talking cases in general. We could build a lab, but that's pretty expensive too. We just found that this lab we use is very good. Were they in Florida at the time? I have no idea. But I know that in today's world of technology, reports are generated and sent out in the flash of an eye. What we need to know is when we send something to a lab, can we get it back to us quickly? Can we have a rush order, if you will? Well, sometimes I want this now, but the FBI may say, well, we understand that, but New York has a crime, LA has a crime, so it's it's not against the labs. And so when this piece of evidence, we did what we normally do, we sent it to the lab, and we did that scene. Then we went and did another scene when we did a search warrant out in Rio Rico. So all of that was gone. Now we find a glove. The FBI says, oh, we can send it to Quantico. And I said, well, you know what? Let's keep it all in one place. Let's just send it all to our lab. No, it's not like, no, FBI's got a bad lab, or no, the Sheriff's Department uses DNL, they're a bad lab. No, it is about keeping your evidence together in one spot. And when that report comes out, it goes to both agencies. It just made sense. In fact, all of this conversation I had with you, when they said, oh, the sheriff blocked evidence, this conversation I had with the FBI lasted probably a minute and a half, and they said, makes sense, Sheriff, and it was done. There's no blocking evidence or just crazy.
Let me ask you. Okay, we've seen the
Did I hear a lady in the background say something right
Let me
now?
ask you. Okay,
No blocking evidence or just crazy.
let me ask you. Okay,
Oh, so she's only giving him. Nanos must have a lawyer there with him, I'm assuming, because the lady in the background said 2 more questions. So she's only giving Brian, obviously, 2 more questions. He obviously didn't get too much time to ask him too many questions. And there were many questions I'm sure Brian wanted to ask that Nanos was not able to answer.
we've seen the photos from the surveillance camera in the front of the man. Do you think there could be a second suspect?
You saw what I saw. We know.
Yeah, he's not
we know
giving
he is a
information.
bad
My man don't
He's
want to
who
do
we
it.
want.
He ain't doing
Is there
it.
somebody else working with him? I don't know that. We'll know it when we find him.
The TMZ letters. I've lost count of how many they've received. TMZ, they've been receiving these letters claiming that it's from someone involved.
So yeah, the ransoms type
Yes.
things or those kinds of letters.
And I know FBI is investigating that part, right?
Correct.
But do you think they're legit? Because it seems like every day they're on TV with a new letter.
Again, you want to go to your experts, right? It would be irresponsible for me to give my opinion on something that we've given to the FBI to look into. That's their bailiwick. We'll let them handle that.
And the search warrants, we saw the one in Rio Rico, and then we saw the one close to, I think, 2 miles from Nancy's house on Friday night. Does that mean that you all believe the suspect could be close? Because it seems like the action we're seeing so far is right in the Tucson area.
So how those develop is this, and you may see it today. It may not be anything today. You may see 5 of them today. But what happens is this: we have 400 investigators out there from all agencies. Not just in
Being that he's had all this time to get up out of here, I feel like he's not here. There's
And
no way he's here.
Tucson, it's a rough town. Last year they investigated about 50 murders.
Oh wow.
Now Pima County is not. They had about 5.
Okay.
Now why is that significant to what I'm going to be bringing up to you?
Don't know.
In addition to his poor leadership and the reasons for it, this sheriff got in some type of pissing contest with the investigators, with his detectives in the homicide bureau. This goes back a few months, and so he basically reassigned all the experienced investigators to punishment details like patrol or wherever he sent them, thereby leaving putting very inexperienced detectives into the homicide bureau. Now, of all things, where you want your best, most experienced people, it's in homicide.
Right.
Because especially in an agency that only investigates 5 homicides a year, it takes experience in order to become a competent homicide investigator. It takes world experience to do it. One of the detectives, it's my understanding, has never investigated a homicide. So you have inexperienced homicide guys. Thank goodness that the FBI stepped up in such a big way that it did. But once again, it's a dismal showing of leadership, which affects the investigative process and the prowess of these detectives. You can't blame them; they
Right.
don't have the experience.
Well, let me ask you this question. It's Lieutenant Randy Sutton, retired. Go and follow his great organization, thewoundedblue.org. Because of how it was handled early on, again, you've already mentioned this. It was clearly a crime scene. You've got blood drops at the front door. Yet the front door camera was destroyed or taken, and then you find somebody who's a stranger's DNA inside the house. Why would you ever think that was a search and rescue? Why would you not look at this as a crime scene from moment one? I don't have blood drops on my front doorway. Neither do you. Isn't that? I mean, any cop, like Cop 101, is, hey, there's blood on the front
Was
door.
my mic off? I
Maybe
think
we
my
should
mic was
tape
off,
this
yeah,
off and
sorry.
not untape it till we find out where the blood came from.
I had my kids knocking on the door, man.
You would think so. You would think so,
Yeah.
and that isn't the way that this went down. Now, remember that in one of his dismal press
Thanks for telling
conferences,
me, man. Nobody
Nanos
told me.
said that there was no camera footage available, and he fully believed that. Well, if it weren't for the FBI coming in,
Yeah.
who has incredible forensic abilities and digital capabilities, working with Google, they recovered the most key piece of evidence in this entire investigation, and that, of
Right.
course, is the video of that monster, on on the front area of the home.
Right.
So once again, the sheriff looked like an idiot because he made that statement, and now he won't even do a press conference because he
Right,
was
he's
so,
doing these individual sit downs, Randy. This is very strange to me. He's taking individual reporters and he's spending his entire day talking about the same thing to individual reporters, and it comes off like he's trying to save his own reputation. I'm with you. Go and stand behind the podium. Go and stand at a microphone. Take questions from the media. Do one session every day at noon or 3 o'clock or whatever it is. Get us an update, and then go do the work. It doesn't look like he's even doing the work. He's playing damage control.
And this goes right along with his type of leadership, right? I think he's punishing the media for the dismal showing that he did, and he was so roundly criticized so many times in so many ways. He just said, in fact, he went radio silent for like 4 days. You didn't hear anything from him.
Nothing.
So
I think he went to a basketball game in there too at some point.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen.
Yeah.
Obviously, he screwed up from the beginning. So how did it work about the connection with the FBI? Because I'm getting all sorts of mixed reaction. Did Nanos end up calling them in? Did the FBI say, "Hey, we heard about this because it's Savannah Guthrie's mother. Can we help you?" How did that connection happen? And it sounds like you've got your ears to the ground there from the frontline troops in the sheriff's office. Is it true that Nanos was not cooperating with the FBI early on?
Yeah, he hesitated in calling them in.
Am I
They
muted?
should have been called in.
Oh
This was
my
clearly
God!
a
How am I
kidnapping.
muted, bro?
Yeah.
And when you have kidnapping, you can just say,
Yo, thanks for
that's
telling me, by the way, bro.
FBI
I don't know if you're still
all
here,
over
yo.
it,
My
right? They have
apologies,
the
guys.
forensic capabilities. They
Cloudy
have
says
the,
I'm
they
muted,
have
I
the
think,
resources.
and Geek Man. Thanks both of y'all, bro. I
deal with this,
appreciate that.
But he clearly didn't want to. In
Hey,
fact,
I remember you, Cloudy. What's good,
several
man?
days later, remember the
Yo, welcome,
glove,
man. It's been a minute.
the famous glove that was found 2 miles away.
Y'all don't worry. We finna kick off with pub. I mean, for those of y'all plugging in, I don't have that many viewers tonight. It's pretty dead for me, but that's okay. For those of y'all that kind of sticking around and waiting for me to, well, y'all ain't really sticking around, but waiting for me to play some pub pretty soon or do some more rooms. I'm looking forward to it, man. I got to figure something out, but it definitely ain't gonna work with me just popping up on the game, and you know what I'm saying. We got to figure something out, bro. But that's another night.
He didn't even send it to the FBI lab. He sent it to his own private lab that their department has used, which is mind-boggling when you're working hand in hand, allegedly, with the FBI. Why wouldn't you send it directly to their lab? Why cause a delay in getting the information to CODIS, to the combined DNA index system, which eventually had to be sent to them anyway? Why? It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. But and the FBI actually came out and said he's not cooperating with us. For them to even do that is startling. And you'll notice this, Joe.
And that's exactly why that boy about to lose his job. There's no doubt about it. That's exactly why Nanos is about to lose his job, bro. It's too critical, man. I mean, you got a person going missing, and then she could potentially be dead. We got according to some ransom note. But like, that's what I'm saying. He definitely got to go. He got to go. My man got to go.
You haven't heard a peep out of the FBI. Not a peep.
Yeah.
Usually the special agent in charge will come out and do a joint press conference or something. They have been completely radio silent, even though they have a massive team there. They have a command post. They have the hostage rescue team there. They have 400 agents that they've sent there. So, but they don't want. I don't think they want to be associated publicly with this guy.
Well, I was going to ask you, why is that? Because the FBI should be taking the lead. It sounds like they're not. It sounds like Pima County still is in the lead for some reason. And it kind of makes sense what you just said. Why get in the middle of this mud when they're busy investigating the case and they want to solve the case? So I guess I understand why they're not out in front, but I almost expect Cash to come out at some point and go, listen, here's what we're facing out there, and this could have gone a lot smoother. Maybe they're waiting for the actual conclusion of the case. So let me ask you something very directly as an investigator. Would this case, in your opinion, have been closer to being solved by now had we not had the missteps by this one guy?
I don't know the answer to that question. there's
That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I gotta say yes because I feel like they would have got that video a lot sooner. I mean, come on. I mean, it's not like if they would have started, they wouldn't have started sooner. They wouldn't have been able to figure out what they did. I mean, come on. And they had a lot. They would have had. I don't know, man. It's a tough question, dog. But I think they would have figured that out. That was a
I
really
guess
good
I understand
question.
why they're not out in front, but I almost expect Cash to come out for the actual conclusion of the case. So let me ask you something very directly as an investigator. Would this case, in your opinion, have been closer to being solved by now had we not had the missteps by this one guy?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
There's too many variables
Smart
there.
guy for answering that question like that,
Probably
too.
not. I would say probably not.
Why is this one so
Now,
hard to solve? What is it?
well, they are literally, and this is kind of shocking to me
Yeah.
that they haven't been able to, at least they haven't publicly said that they've found cell phone data from the towers there. This is a richly mined area for instances like this. Unless these people were so professional,
Maybe,
they
Cloudy.
didn't
We'll
bring
see,
any
man.
cell
We'll see.
phones, and that's a possibility too. This was planned. So here's another thing. I want to talk about this.
Please.
There's all kinds of conjecture out there. Was this a burglary gone wrong? I've heard some quote experts unquote put that theory forward. I don't believe that to be the case, and I'll tell you why. If you look at the crime statistics in Pima County, for a nighttime residential burglaries, they call them hot prowls because for a burglar to go into a residence knowing that there's someone there, that's why they do all the burglaries during the daytime because there's nobody there.
Right.
It is so rare in Pima County that I think they had the last one 5 years ago or something. That is not what a burglar does, and a burglar doesn't dress up like that monstrosity that we saw
Yeah.
on that video camera, right? This was targeted. There's no doubt in my mind. And I have my own theories about that I really don't talk about it in the other media because my theories are just that, my theories.
Well, Randy, let
But
me ask you
but
this. So it's Lieutenant
without
Randy Sutton. Go ahead.
but I don't believe that this was anything random.
Okay.
I fully believe that this was a targeted crime,
Indeed.
and I fully don't believe that this was a kidnap for ransom either.
Let's talk about the actual
Not at
crime
all.
scene. It's Lieutenant Randy Sutton. Go to thewoundedblue.org, thewoundedblue.org. If he looks familiar, he's been in movies. He was also on Cops for a long time, and a great police officer, investigator for 30-plus years. Let's talk about the actual crime scene, because I don't know anything from anything about whether somebody's professional or not professional. Like you said, he dressed up in this monstrosity. He had to have known there was a camera in the front. Otherwise, why hide himself so well? He had to have known there was something going on. But when he walks up, he sort of walks to the left, sort of puts his hand over the camera. I'm not sure what he was trying to do. Then he grabs some brush, which looks very unprofessional to me. And then he goes inside. There's DNA left inside. We're not sure what form of DNA it is. And then when they leave, either she's walking and bleeding or they're carrying her out. Her blood is on the front door. He doesn't try to clean it up or not leave this mess behind. So how professional and how planned could this have been to not have gone back and at least covered your tracks? And then he throws the glove out, allegedly, 2 miles later. I'm confused by it because you're right. It looks like it was a targeted attack, in my very unprofessional opinion. And he looks like he's setting it up to not get caught. But then you leave all this evidence behind. Why? Why would you do all that?
He didn't leave all this evidence behind. First of all, I don't know that that glove that they recovered 2 miles away has anything to do with anything.
Wow, you're the first person
You
saying
know,
that.
yeah, I am not convinced that that has any credence at all.
First of all, I was saying he needed to correct himself for sure, man. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't know how I keep turning this mic off, but he needs to correct himself because the dude said he was leaving all of the evidence behind, or all this evidence behind, and he's not. He didn't leave a bunch of evidence behind. The only evidence he left was that video and supposedly that glove. Allegedly, though, allegedly. That glove, we don't even know if that matches up to the suspect at all. So I don't know why. I don't know. We're just not moving right now. And this ain't a movie, man. This is not something that happens. It's just not how it is, man. I think a lot of us have this mindset that it's going to happen in 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Or a course of a few days, you know, and the FBI are just going to figure this whole thing out and we're going to catch our suspect. If this isn't a ransom, because I really am hoping this was a ransom, because if it's not a ransom, then we all know that, let's just be honest, Nancy's dead. Let's be honest, Nancy's dead, man. If this is not a ransom, she's gone. She's gone. She gone. I mean, they took nothing in the home. They're not really saying that, but we know that. They didn't take anything. I think these guys obviously forced their way in the back. I don't know if they broke down the door. I haven't seen the back of the house yet at all. I don't know if they broke down the door or they just went through the window, or maybe the door was open. Or maybe Nancy has a sliding glass door back there and they were able to just slide their way right on in. I have no idea. But for those who keep saying that this is a burglary going wrong, come on, man. Come on, world. Y'all can't be that slow. It's an 84-year-old lady. I'll just put it this way. I'm a 6'4" man, and I'm going in that home alone. And I know myself I can carry a 150-pound lady to her car, knock her out, and get up out of there. Easy. So I don't know why people keep saying this is a burglary going wrong. I mean, come on, what could possibly go wrong with an 84-year-old lady in the house with nothing else? Did the dog start tripping? Because they didn't talk about that, but I think Nancy had a dog. But I'm just saying, she's 84 years old. And she obviously has disabilities. She's not as independent as a normal person. She walks around with a cane. You mean to tell me I'm about to struggle with this lady? Come on, man. Let's keep it real, bro.
To this investigation. Now, the DNA found inside the home, that's a totally different story.
Yeah.
And since here's what we don't know. We don't know in what context that DNA was found.
Right.
Was that DNA semen? Was it blood? How did it get there?
Right.
And that's critical information because we don't know what the crime scene was like. Was there signs of a struggle? Was she taken from her bed? You know, was she sexually assaulted?
For all we know, the dog could have brought in that DNA. But it's all hopes high, guys. It's all hopes high, and we hope that DNA that was found in that home is that suspect, so we could track Nancy, bring her home, and lock these dudes up, straight up. It's crazy that this is happening in my city. I can't believe it, bro. 10 minutes down the street. I kid you not. 10 minutes down the road, man. I can't believe it, bro. And just the fact that this dude is out there, it trips me out, bro. It trips me out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm traumatized, guys. I'm traumatized. I really am. Sometimes I don't even talk about this to nobody, but sometimes I hear a noise and I'm like, oh, is that somebody outside? Like, am I about to get robbed? Are they gonna take me and hold me for ransom? I know I don't got a lot of money, but still, it's just a thought, man. I overthink it sometimes, but just knowing this is going on, it's hard not to overthink. But even going out to the car is weird now. It's weird. Because you got your guard up, you know, and as a man of the house, you're gonna protect the house, and you know the minute you're not thinking about it is the minute that it happens. So it's hard not to think about. It really is, bro. And I'm just keeping it real. It's hard not to think about it.
These are things we don't know, but and this is the type of thing that they should not tell us. They should not tell the public this. Because this is stuff that that only the bad guy, and I think there were more than one,
Okay.
the bad guys know about.
For sure.
Well, why not clean up the blood at the front doorstep? They had to know that she was bleeding, and it's her DNA from that blood.
They couldn't have cleaned it up. Couldn't have cleaned it up. I mean, it would still be there. I mean, there were still, they would, luminol would find it.
Gotcha.
They don't care. They don't care. Now, you'll notice that he was in no hurry.
He wasn't. You're right. He was there a long time.
He was there a long time. He was, now, it is incongruous. If he knew that camera was there, why wouldn't he just bring some spray paint or a piece of black tape to cover it up?
Right.
And so that's a little
Exactly what I said.
incongruous. I'm not sure about that piece. But he destroyed it, and I believe that they did that from inside the home.
Okay.
I think that that whoever was in the back of the house was not concerned. Think of this. What is the purpose of having one of those Ring doorbells or Nest doorbells?
So you're told right away that somebody's there. Yeah.
Right. They weren't worried about it.
Wow.
They weren't worried about it.
That's
Now,
interesting.
why weren't they worried about it?
I feel like people have cameras though there just to scare people. But I'm starting to think this was planned. But in a sense of somebody getting paid. Like I think these guys got paid. They were hired to go do this. And they made it happen. It was about business. They wasn't playing. That's just me.
Got it.
Did they know there wasn't a subscription? Is that what we're leading toward?
No, no. I'm not leaning towards that.
Okay.
I'm leaning toward were they able to somehow incapacitate her prior to entering the home?
Wow. That's an interesting angle. I would not have thought of it. By the way, Lieutenant Randy Sutton, there's a little bit of a delay. I don't mean to talk over you if I am. I apologize about that. Law enforcement for 30-plus years in Las Vegas, in New Jersey. You've seen him on Cops. You've seen him in movies. So you said something a little while ago that I want you to expand upon if you don't mind. Why are you convinced there's more than one person? Do you think there's somebody in the back door trying to let this guy in? Do you think there's somebody waiting in the car? Why more than one person?
Before he says that, I just want to make it clear that I've already said that, and I don't know why people don't. It's really common sense. The dude's comfortable, fully comfortable at that. You can clearly see that. I think he's like doing to me, it's like a childish act. Like just imagine a kid bored in front of his house. What do you do when you're bored and you're not looking at your phone and you ain't got nothing to do? You're kind of doodling around and messing with something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was that bored, that calm, and that comfortable enough to go grab a leaf off of a tree, look around, calm and collectively. Take that leaf and put it over that, that camera. Just cause, I mean, he didn't really even need to do that. I mean, all he had to do was snatch the camera off of the wall, and that would have been it. I believe a lot of the Ring cameras are battery operated, and it wouldn't be hard to. It detaches easily. So that wouldn't be hard to figure out versus trying to figure out how to put a leaf over a camera. Come on now, that's simple. It really is. But he's obviously bored. Nothing to do, waiting for his mans in the back to come open the front door for him so they can carry Nancy out and take off with her. It's that simple. And you know what was in the bag? Guess what was in the bag? It's not that hard to figure out. Clothes and shoes. If you're gonna do especially a kidnapping, the first thing you want to do after you get the job done is change your identity. Duh. And I'm not even a criminal, but I grew up in the hood, and I've grown up around a lot of criminals. And even if I'm robbing a house, that's one thing I did do. I ain't gonna lie. I've hit a lick before, and I didn't get caught though. But I have went up in the house and robbed the house. No, I didn't change my clothes right afterwards. So maybe I'm contradicting myself a little bit. But if my mind is everywhere, I'm changing my clothes. I definitely am. I'm changing my clothes. It only happened a couple times, though. I wasn't the type of guy to rob a house. It wasn't for me. And I was a driver at one point in time. But all we went into the home for was TVs. There's really not much to take nowadays but jewelry.
I think that there was more than one person because I do believe that there was somebody in the back of the house, and I also believe that to transport her required a driver. Now, is the driver? Were there two people or were there three? That is my question. And if there were three, that means that they had to have a plan for the getaway driver to roll up at a certain period of time. And that's why if they did not bring cell phones because they knew that they could be tracked, then they had to have a real timeline here to know when the driver was going to come collect the Mrs. Guthrie and them for their getaway.
Wow. I mean, there's so much there. Let me go back to the camera a second because I might have misunderstood you. Did you say that you thought that they had the ability possibly to incapacitate the camera, or they thought that she was incapacitated when they got there, so they weren't worried about it? Do you think that they could have?
No, I meant incapacitate her.
Okay, because now if they could have had the ability to incapacitate the camera, that would be a technological thing, or maybe they were in the circle somehow. What do you make of the family is ruled out? But they didn't say friends and neighbors and others who knew her are ruled out. They just said the family was ruled out. What do you make of that?
Well, the first thing I make of it is that the sheriff can't rule out anybody. I don't care what he says.
Thank you.
Oh, he said he ruled them out like day two.
Suspect.
He literally said he ruled out everybody day two. Again, Randy, in some weird move to cover his ass. Why even say that? Do you know why he would say that?
It is absolutely mind-boggling to me.
Thank you. I need him to say that again, bro. Just one more time, bro.
Ruled them out like day two. Others who knew her, the family is ruled out, but they didn't say friends and neighbors and others who knew her are ruled out. They just said the family was ruled out. What do you make of that?
Well, the first thing I make of it is that the sheriff can't rule out anybody. I don't care what he says.
Oh, he said he ruled them out like day two.
Suspect.
He literally said he ruled out everybody day two. Again, Randy, in some weird move to cover his ass. Why even say that? Do you know why he would say that?
Just stupid.
It is absolutely mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. There has to be a relationship basis in this attack, right? There is some relationship. It may be as tenuous as somebody who
Nanos, I'm gonna say it again, does not deserve that position that he's in right now. I'm telling you right now. I think a few years ago he was incriminated for something. I don't know what he did. I don't really even care. Because I read people well and I can see it in his face. I can tell something ain't right, bro. Something ain't right. He reminds me, for whatever reason, I don't know, guys. I'm sure y'all may not agree with this, but he kind of reminds me of Donald Trump. I don't know why. I just get this weird vibe. Like, he just looks weird to me, bro. He looks like something's off. He looks like somebody who waits for a position and they get the position because they've been there for so many years. Politics is crazy, guys, and it's crazy how things work. But I feel like that's how he got the position. I don't feel like he worked up to this position. I feel like it was given to him based on the amount of years and hard work that he put into being a sheriff. I'm just gonna say that. I really don't see what he's got, especially up here. I don't think mentally he's sufficient enough to be in the position that he's in.
Or had worked on the house or delivered a package to the house or whatever. Right. But there is some relationship that when this is solved, we're gonna get knowledge of that there was some relationship. Now let's look at motives here. What are the motives for crime like this? Money is probably number 1.
Yeah.
Revenge is a possibility. Lust is a possibility. Hatred is a possibility. But it's got to be one of those. There's no other motives. I mean, this wasn't, hey, you know what? Let's go kidnap an old lady today. That,
No,
that
I'm with you.
this was done. This was done for a reason.
Well,
And this is why this is such a difficult investigation, because the investigators have to figure out what the motive is. That's critical to discovering who did it.
Randy, can we at this point say this isn't about money? And here's why I say this. Again, I'm a novice. You can correct me anything that I say wrong here. If you got her and want her for ransom, you got to show me a sign of life. You got to show me something. You got to show me that the commodity is still available. Otherwise, why would I send you? I think they're asking for $6 million allegedly. Do you think this is for money? If so, why haven't they done something to get the money?
I do not think this is for money. No,
Okay.
I don't. I think the ransom demands were either thrown up as a distraction, or you have other people. Well, we know we have other people that are involved in trying to extort money from this family. One was arrested, and I really do hope that the investigators are following every lead when it comes down to the people that contacted TMZ with these A, ransom demand, and B, the one that says, I know who did it, and if you want to know, you better pay me.
See, and we all know TMZ is full of shit
But
a
it's
lot
the
of
same.
times. We all know TMZ can be full of shit. Let's just be real. Let's be real. If you watch TMZ and you know about TMZ, you know there have been times that TMZ has put a lot of false information out there. And a lot of times, I'm not going to even lie, a lot of times when we see some exciting new news on TMZ, we always go confirm somewhere else. We always go confirm somewhere else when it's TMZ. TMZ hasn't proven that they're a news channel or a news provider, whatever you want to call them, that puts out facts, that puts out real valid statements based on whatever's occurring that they're sharing with the world. They haven't. I never ever trust TMZ. Based on the stuff that they put out there, I never do. I never do.
Same amount of money that the FBI is offering. It's if this was serious, we would have had a proof of life. There would have been a ransom demand that was legitimate, and I don't believe that was ever the case.
Nobody is in custody. Nobody's being detained right now, but they have talked to 4 different people so far, starting with the delivery driver who decided to do a media tour afterwards, which was very strange, and he wasn't sure if he'd ever delivered to that house. And then you've got 3 more people. They've got a Range Rover that they held a tarp over to get something out of the Range Rover. Rady, in your experience, do you think they've already spoken to who they assume might be involved in this, although they don't have enough to hold him or her?
It's possible. It's possible. Now, considering the Land Rover, glad you brought that up. So they were able to obtain search warrants on 2 different occasions now, right? The first one was the delivery driver that was apparently not connected in any way.
Right.
The second, we don't really know what that relationship was or is, but we do know that they did a search warrant at the house and also on this vehicle, and they seized the vehicle. Now that's telling to me, because that means they found something in there that they wanted to either process or they wanted to do a search in a controlled environment. That's not the usual way this is done. If they had cleared that individual of anything at the scene, they wouldn't have done that. They seized the vehicle.
Yeah, but
Well, they would
but they let the guy go. That's what I don't understand. So if they find something in a car, it obviously had to be blood. See, guys, I think we got our car. We just don't got our guy. I think we got our car. We just don't got our guy. I mean, but they haven't said anything about what they found in that car, or I don't know, man. I don't know. They just haven't said anything. They really haven't, and I feel like it was blood. I definitely feel like it was blood, but also for them to have to cover it up, it couldn't have just been blood because they wouldn't have covered up what they covered up. So I don't know what it was, but I really, really hope they tell us someday.
Cause and a warrant to seize the vehicle, right?
Correct. And this could be part of the issue. They might have found something in the vehicle that is totally unrelated, but was illegal. They could have found
Oh,
drugs in
wow.
there. They could have found stolen property. You know,
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
There's so many avenues here, Joe, that we just don't know the answers to, and so this is like that. What was that game? Clue.
Yes, you're right.
Was this like? Yeah, that's what this is like. It's like real life Clue.
It's showing
except
our
there's a
age that we know
real-life-
the game Clue. A lot of people watching are going, I don't know what a Clue is. What are they talking about? Yeah, it could have been Colonel Mustard in the den with the candlestick. All right, it's Randy Sutton, former lieutenant. He's retired now, founder of the Wounded Blue. Go to thewoundedblue.org. Let me ask you about the Walmart connection. When you go into Walmart, A, some dude greets you, or it's some lady. B, you're on video constantly. You walk in, you're on video. They know who went there, they know who shopped. I would assume that again, maybe a bad assumption, but I would assume you go to Walmart and you get the backpack that's available there, you get the jacket that's available there, you get the gloves that are available there, you get the ski mask that's available there, and you probably buy them all at once and then leave, unless they're so nefarious that they decided, let me go to several different Walmarts and get all these items. Do you think that there's a huge investigatory action being taken with Walmart that we aren't privy to? There has to be, right?
Absolutely not. This is a huge clue, but it also requires an incredible amount of manpower to investigate this. Right, every store in the Tucson area it has been. There's no doubt in my mind. It's already been done. Has been contacted. They're getting the footage of their cameras. They're looking at receipts. They're looking at they're questioning. They're questioning the clerks that and at the same time I saw an interview with a gun shop owner a couple days ago, and he said that the FBI was in showing them pictures of asking about these individuals. So they're following every lead, but I think they got something like 25,000 emails, phone calls, etc. And even if you have 400 agents there, it requires a massive amount of crime. And this, once again, we're a society that expects instantaneous gratification. We're so used to seeing, the episodes on TV and in the movies where they solve the crimes in 48 hours.
Yeah, man, TMZ definitely a strange group of people. Matter of fact, let's watch the video when Harvey did put out that next demand. It's a ransom demand is what they're calling it, as you can clearly see here. Let's play that video real quick.
The search for Nancy Guthrie has gone international. We have learned the FBI has told federal Mexican law enforcement to tell various police agencies to be on the lookout for Nancy and her kidnapper. Now, our law enforcement sources are telling us.
But first of all, Harvey, you got to stop this shit, bro. Straight up. From me to you, you got to stop this, bro. At this point, like, if you're going to stay involved like you are, like you have been involved, putting stuff out like this to the public, you know what I'm saying? He should get with the family. Like, he should make sure this is okay with Savannah and Annie, to put out this type of information. I really do, man. I would be really upset if I was Savannah and this guy is in some type of communication with, a potential kidnapper or somebody who knows the kidnapper. I mean, it's kind of interfering with, potentially even Nancy even being alive at this point, because you're playing with fire here, and they, for all we know, and obviously, this what kind of tells me that Savannah may even be in contact with these people anyways. But then again, why would Savannah be sending out a video if she was in contact at the same time, So it's like, I don't think she was talking to them at all, or this person was, made themselves available for the Guthrie family to reach out. So the fact that Harvey is communicating with whoever it is somehow, some way, is super disrespectful, and it's beyond me because he's still talking to them, whether he's writing that email back and responding to it, or responding through his the platform that he's on, which is YouTube. And he's a pretty big YouTuber based on, well, his channel is a pretty big YouTube page, although he's on many television shows. He's on real cable TV. You know what I'm saying? I think he's just doing too much.
Nancy and her kidnapper. Now, our law enforcement sources are telling us that it is possible they believe that Nancy was taken across the border, but they doubt if she is across the border that it happened directly after the kidnapping. We're told that because we know now that the FBI checked cameras, Border Patrol cameras, and also other various electronic devices. We are asked not to be specific about that, and they have come up dry. There is nothing showing any movement across the border where they suspect Nancy Guthrie was in that car. Now, that said, we're told that she could have been taken at some point after the kidnapping, a day or so later or 2 days later. They just don't know. And obviously, there is a way to get across the border undetected. But right now, they have put the word out, and so far, no luck. There is something else. TMZ obtained another ransom note today. This is a highly sophisticated demand involving a form of crypto, not Bitcoin. Now,
What?
it is demanding roughly the same amount as the demand letter we received, shortly after the kidnapping, the $6 million demand.
I just don't understand how yesterday you're going to say you wasn't going to say anything anymore, and then all of a sudden he's saying stuff again. Like, I don't get it, bro. He is way too successful, with TMZ to be trying to make it seem like he's on here for clicks. That's all I'm getting out of this at this point.
Exactly that, but it's close to that. The demand graphically describes the consequences if the demand is not met. It also involves the media, saying that the media essentially becomes a go-between, a trigger, if you will, for getting this ransom money. We have been asked not to be specific about any of that beyond what we've just said. We have forwarded this on to the FBI, and they are looking into it. The email that we received today does not have the same crypto account as the crypto account in that first ransom letter that we received. A couple of other things. We told you yesterday that the FBI went around to various gun stores in the Tucson area with a list of names, trying to see if anybody on that list bought a gun at any of these shops. We were told, and we told you this yesterday, that the list was created by the people who had purchased a holster similar to the one that the kidnapper was wearing. The FBI had gone to Walmart and other retailers, created this list. We are told that this did not bear fruit, that so far it turned up nothing, that there was no match here of somebody buying a gun and buying that holster, at least from that list. Couple of other things. The FBI team, there is a team that is working on just finding people who have bought items similar to the ones the kidnapper is wearing. They actually have a team contacting Walmart and other retailers, and their focus is finding matches, people who have bought more than one of these items, a backpack, a jacket, a holster, or anything else. Again, we are told that so far they do not have any real leads on that. So the bottom line, and this is a quote from a law enforcement source, we are shaking the trees looking for clues. So they are doing everything they can. There's one other thing that I was asked to mention, and that is something I know to be true. The FBI is really serious that anybody who is trying to get money.
I don't understand what he's getting at when he said that the FBI is really serious. Like, duh, it's the FBI, bro. It's the FBI. Why wouldn't the FBI be serious? I mean, anytime they're involved, isn't it really like really serious at that point?
From the
Duh.
Guthrie family with a phony demand letter is going to spend, as it was put to me, a long, long time in federal prison. The FBI does not mess around with things like that, and they are laser focused to find both the kidnapper and people who are exploiting the Guthrie family.
So that was Harvey again. Once again, my man Harvey letting us know he keeps getting emails with somebody demanding some type of money to let us know where Nancy is at. You know, he says he knows where they're at, and this is about the 5th time or 4th time. Harvey says these guys reached out stating that they know where Nancy's at, and he's willing to give them up. And initially he said that he only wanted half, but before that it was actually only $50,000. And then when they raised it to $100,000, he wanted half of that. I guess he said he would not spend any of the money until they find Nancy. And then also once they find Nancy, he would want the other half. I mean, it sounded really, really good. Whoever sent that put some real good thought into that. But that just wasn't a fool of me.
Guys, listen to this. As we're discussing the possibility, the sheriff's statement of targeted kidnapping and the possibility that somebody understanding, I mean, it could have just been about Nancy Guthrie, but the odds are it had something to do with the rich daughter. I mean, I think that's probably the smarter bet. Fox News reporting. This is the headline.
Hey, handsome, big welcome to the stream, bro. You're good, man. It's all
Searched
good,
for
bro.
Nancy
Thanks for
Guthrie's
joining up.
address and daughter's
Pretty
salary
good night for me anyway.
before Today host's mother vanished. This is literally breaking after the discussion we just had. It's crazy. Fox, guys, listen to this. As we're discussing the possibility, the sheriff's statement of targeted kidnapping and the possibility that somebody understanding, I mean, it could have just been about Nancy Guthrie, but the odds are it had something to do with the rich daughter. I mean, I think that's probably the smarter bet. Fox News reporting. This is the headline. Internet user, they don't know who, searched for Nancy Guthrie's address and daughter's salary before Today host's mother vanished. This is literally breaking after the discussion we just had. It's crazy. I don't know how you can tell this. Fox News is citing Google Trends. An internet user appears to have searched for Nancy Guthrie's home address in the weeks prior to her suspected abduction, Google Trends shows. Last week, the FBI released a description of the individual seen. They're talking about the guy, 5'9", 5'10", with the Ozark Trail hiker backpack. Other identifying items. Hold on, read more. Fox News Digital has learned that mysterious Google searches for Nancy's address and Savannah's salary occurred before her disappearance. Google Trends records show there was one search for Guthrie's address in the Catalina foothills between June 21st and June 28th, 2025 by someone in Arizona. They can tell you exactly where the search came from. The address was searched again once on January 11th, 2026. That's one of the dates that the
this might
Sheriff's
just
Office is
be
asking
their
people.
biggest league yet. I'm not even gonna lie. This might be one of their biggest league yet. If this person, there's just so many ifs right now, but if this person, if they're able to track this person down through this Google Trends, then this could potentially be the person that made that appearance that night when Nancy went missing and took Nancy. So if this is the person that did those searches, you're an idiot. You should already know based off seeing so many movies and so many real murder stories that people get caught by the searches on the internet. And boy, oh boy, isn't it crazy that we're able to look to see whether or not people are putting searches out there on you. That's crazy to me. That's just crazy. But I mean, it kind of makes sense, and it's kind of a good thing because a lot of us nowadays are in each other's pockets trying to see what we make, trying to see how people live. So it really makes sense, Saru.
To check their Ring cameras for. This is getting creepy. The January 11th date also surfaced in a message on the Ring camera app. Yeah, he's this guy's in my head. Let's see. A Pima County Sheriff's Department captain replied to the post asking users to look for the verified post. Okay, Man questioned. Hold on, sorry, I'm reading live. Where's the part
It's
about
a
him
good lead.
searching
Pre-offense
Savannah's
behavior. We talked about this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, stand by. My crack producers texted it to me. They can read faster than I can. There were two separate. Which one is it, Debbie? Is it which text? You have three from you here. There were also two separate
Did
Google
Savannah
image
earn more
searches
money
for
in
Nancy's address
wages?
in Arizona.
Did Savannah earn more money in wages than Megyn Kelly, I wonder?
There were also two
Probably
separate
not.
Google image searches for Nancy. My crack producers
sure.
texted it to me. They can read faster than I can. There were two separate. Which one is it, Debbie? Is it which text? You have three from you here. There were also two separate Google image searches for Nancy's address in Arizona. One, again, sometime between March 1st and 8th, 2025. Oh, Google image searches, guys. Google image searches, in addition to just typing in the Google search bar. Okay, also two separate Google image searches for Nancy's address in Arizona. One was sometime between March 1st and 8th, 2025. The other was between November 30th and December 1st, 2025, specifically looking for images or a map of the home. In addition to the address, in the days leading up to Nancy's disappearance, quote, Savannah Guthrie's salary was searched from Tucson sometime between December 13th and 20th. For comparison, CNN anchor Anderson Cooper, who grew up in New York City, generated one search for Anderson Cooper's salary in the New York City area between March 29th and April 5th. Fox News' Sean Hannity also grew up in New York, and Sean Hannity's salary was searched once between May 3rd and 10th, 2025. Whoa. What do you make of this?
Yeah, we've been talking about this since the beginning. Victimology, about our victim, all the family members, friends of family members, but then going to the offender himself. What were they doing in the weeks, if not months, beforehand? One of them is obsessive, internet interest and usage, and who's looking up the parties here involved in this particular case. And of course, that includes starting to buy materials, backpacks, ropes, all these things, the Uncle Mike holster, whatever's in there. But it's no surprise to me at all, as we said earlier, and my partner and I are going to put out on our Cold Red podcast later today, the full profile of this person, the pre-offense behavior,
which Google no doubt will be able to attribute
I don't know
to
what's
those
going on the
searches,
internet tonight, guys. I think I'm
to
going to have to call
actually
it a
see
night
any
here.
other history, any other
catch up with y'all tomorrow night,
IP-associated
man.
data searches that have been
Stop by
undertaken
there.
throughout this
Doesn't matter
period
if
from
it's here, I gotta do it.
2025 right up until, obviously, the date of the incident itself. So, yeah, this is a very useful bit of a lead that can be now hunted through, and with Google's assistance, that they could be obviously warranted or subpoenaed to assist them on this. And ultimately, this is the sort of thing that Google would love to, no doubt, to be able to assist them with.
I mean, so you've got, I'm just trying to go through the timeline here. So you've got November 30, between November 30th and December 1st, someone searched for an image of Nancy's home. On January 11th, someone searched for Nancy's address and had also searched on June 21st, between the 21st and the 28th. So in the summer of 25, they searched for Nancy's address. Then again, 2 weeks before the kidnapping. On March 1st and 8th, between March 1st and 8th, they searched for images of Nancy's home. And then again on November 30th and December 1st. Again, now we're coming up to within 2 months of the kidnapping.
Yeah.
And then on December 13th, between December 13th and December 20th, somebody searched for Savannah's.
That's crazy. If that's really that person, he's done. He's done. These guys are going to crack this case, though. We got too many people involved. I mean, all of America's involved with this, man. This is definitely about to come to an end for this suspect here. I mean, I don't know about finding this guy in Mexico. Something about that just don't sit well with me, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see. By the way, though, just to answer your question, for the handsome dude in the chat here, Savannah makes more money than Megyn Kelly does, though, by the way. That actually surprised me. I really didn't know. I thought Megyn Kelly would have been on another level, but I guess I was wrong. In the next few days, if nothing happens, we should see more video clip of these monsters from the camera. Yeah, nah, for sure, man, for sure. I might just kind of give it a rest for a little minute and then kind of come back and recap everything again, because I feel like it's been kind of slowing down just a little bit. And I mean, it's still a lot happening, don't get it wrong, but it has slowed down a bit. And I just think that it's going to take a really, really long time before we get actual suspects. So we just got to wait, man. It's just patience right now. I think a lot of us, like I was saying earlier, we have that mindset of how it is in the movies where we kind of see it all go down. So, you know, look at this guy just going to wake up yelling and screaming. And see, I can't even do my thing even when it's late at night. Run it.
Salary. Now, I will say
Give me a
this,
second, guys.
as a news person, they often search for your salary.
Right.
Like, I've seen that because there's all sorts of speculation online about what my salary is, what all news persons' salaries are. By the way, they're like incredibly off, like so off every time. They never get it. There's a whole video on YouTube about my lavish lifestyle. I'm like, oh, let's see. What do they have? Like, literally nothing in there is mine. Not the house, not the car, like nothing. I'm like, okay.
Details,
it's all fake, but
It's good they're getting them wrong. It's good they're getting it wrong.
Yes.
it's very good. Yeah. But it's so weird. Like, things are made up. So, but I'm just saying it may not be as exciting as we think that they search for Savannah's salary, because they do that when you're a public figure. But it's just it's very eerie to see they searched for that. And within 2 weeks of that, they were searching for images of Nancy's home. And within 3 weeks of that, they were searching for Nancy's address. Now, we don't know if it's the same person.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask
but
you.
If these searches come back to the same person, Maureen.
Yeah,
wow.
I think if they can actually join the dots together, and if it can be attributed to the same IP address for those searches, albeit in those different periods, that falls into what we'd call a traditional planning cycle or attack planning cycle. So, there will be the selection of the potential prospect to kidnap, if it was indeed a kidnap. They would then revisit, they'd look at that site again, see if there was any changes, see if there was any alterations. Certainly but I wouldn't have discounted, which is why all these Ring and Nest cameras of neighbors is going to be so essential to see if there's any repeated behavior. I mean, in the small area that she lives in, Nancy lives in, there will be a very easy pattern of the vehicles associated to the residents in that area. Any other vehicles other than delivery vehicles, if they're privately owned, will be very easy to identify, whether they be, vans, trucks, whatever it might be.
Especially at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Why? Yes. Why would they be, and I don't know, in what I just quickly read, they didn't source this to law enforcement. So it's possible they say Fox News has learned. Okay, so it is sourced to law enforcement, because there's nobody else who's calling Fox to tell them that they did this. They learned this.
It's probably part of that public
law enforcement. Why would law enforcement want us to know this?
Well, first of all, it's a big lead. Secondly, they're not driving by this house in June and on these other dates well in advance of the abduction with masks on or at nighttime. So, I mean, I just think it would be fantastic if one of these clowns got a ticket on one of the speeding cameras, because the speeding cameras don't record, but they do take your photo when you're driving.
By the way, I don't know what she's talking about, because we don't have any speeding cameras at all anymore. Those were all taken out of Arizona, or I'm sorry, Tucson. I think they still have them in Phoenix, but in my city, we don't have the speeding cameras.
driving through and that light goes off. And boy, wouldn't that be a bonanza of a tip.
Or a Tesla camera, or the neighbor. Maybe that's what they're doing with the neighbor's Ring cam. Maybe it's not even about they already checked that one perhaps for the night she disappeared. Maybe they're going back to see whether anybody did a drive-by
The daylight.
on any of these dates.
Exactly.
Daylight stuff.
which they still should have done weeks ago, but that's okay.
Yeah.
International disputes, inflation.
I thought that was really interesting, based on how she kind of read that and the way she delivered it when she read it. She had a hard time. It's just because the way Google puts it. So she had a really hard time kind of reading it at first, but we got it. We got it, Megan. We get it. We get it. We get it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue for the rest of the night, guys. I might have to plug in tomorrow, just so we can get back on this train, this Guthrie train, and just kind of keep updating the world and keeping the world in tune on, you know, my speculation and my point of view. As the whole world, everybody and their mama's giving their speculation and view based on this whole thing that's going on. So it's the world's in tune, man. The world's in tune, and I'm not gonna say I got the best speculations based on this whole thing, but I think I got a good idea of what really happens to Nancy at this point. I gotta honestly say, I think that Nancy was somewhat willing to go. I don't think she was putting up a whole big fight, but only Savannah would really know that, you know, because Savannah knows her mom, obviously. But I don't see Nancy putting up a super, super big fight, but I feel like these guys went in there not joking around. I feel like they were careless. You know, I feel like even if Nancy was nice, I think she was somewhat abused. I don't know what exactly happened or how she was abused, but I think one of these dudes just smacked her real quick. Like, and that's the best way I can put it in words. But I think one of these guys just gave her the fist just one time. Or not even the fist, just slapped her. Like, shut up. You know, because I feel like she did. I'm sure she looks like, to me, she kind of comes off as a lady who would speak up for herself. And I think as we get older and time goes on, we don't really reflect too much on speaking up. But everyone's different. But I know the older that I've gotten, I don't want to ever be like, you know, I should have said something. You know, now I speak up. I speak up more than ever. So I don't know, but everyone's different. Everyone's different.
There's so much going on here, Nancy. We've got the blood at the house. We've got this mystery DNA. We've got ransom notes that may or may not be real, all of this stuff. So what really stands out to you at this point in this investigation?
At this juncture, well, frankly, there's been a kick in the teeth, and that is the DNA found on the glove near Nancy Guthrie's home did not get a hit in CODIS. That is a big blow, but it's not the end. In fact, the investigation is really just beginning. I believe that
really
the
is.
DNA inside
people
the
don't realize
home
that.
is much more likely to be connected to the perpetrator than the DNA on a glove, a random glove found over a mile away from her home. There's no doubt in my mind that the perp left behind at least touch DNA, if not saliva DNA. So I think right now that is the best lead. That has been sent now to genealogical testing, genetic genealogy. I believe that is a better bet than the glove.
Yeah. You have covered, I mean, thousands of cases. Does this one feel like it is a burglary gone wrong, or does it feel like a kidnapping for ransom, or does it feel like just something else?
Okay, a burglary gone wrong. Let's follow that through to the end. So, a guy comes in to commit burglary. He sees Nancy Guthrie is home. Whoa, wait, you mean an elderly lady is in her home with the door closed and the lights off at 2 a.m.? That's really not a surprise. It doesn't sound like a burglary, but That said, the idea of a cat burglar is really for Cary Grant, right? That normally doesn't happen in real life, where you have the guy in the black turtleneck and the all black and the ninja outfit sneaking around while the person's asleep. That rarely happens. Usually it's a wham bam, thank you ma'am. The person breaks in, steals electronics, steals whatever money they can find, steals whatever jewelry they can find, and hightails it. The last thing a burglar wants is to cart around an 84-year-old lady that has a hard time walking. Where this theory, burglary gone wrong, came from, I don't know, but it's bogus and it's a waste of time. No one should be pursuing that. That didn't happen.
So you lean more to kidnapping for ransom or something else here? Because I hate that I even have to ask this question, but do you believe that Nancy is still alive?
Oh,
I don't
boy.
know, but have you found a body? Because I haven't heard anything about a body being found. Cadaver dogs
Hey, good
were
answer,
used
Nancy.
far and wide in multiple locations. So right now, without proof that Nancy Guthrie has passed away, she's alive. Ideal in reality, not crazy, zany theories somebody posts on Twitter. Right now, Nancy Guthrie was taken for a reason. A burglar would not take her with them. Typically, when a burglar does break in and finds the occupant home, they turn tail and run. They don't want an encounter.
Yep.
Typically, burglars break in to steal, number one, rape, number two, and they leave the victim there, dead or alive. That didn't happen here. Do I think she's alive? Yes, I think she's alive. Yes, I know she doesn't have her medication, we think. But I have no reason to believe she's dead. That's just sheer speculation that she has passed away.
You know, the sheriff said that he believes it could be weeks, months, or years before Nancy Guthrie is found. What are your thoughts on that?
I know that Sheriff Nanos, in his wisdom, stated the case may take a year to solve. Why doesn't he stop talking? That's a big question right now. Does anybody know the answer to that?
And
Do
this
we
is
need
what
the
I'm
FBI
saying.
to
This is
take-
what I was saying. He keeps holding a bunch. He keeps having these interviews. It's just random interviews out of nowhere. Yet to hold the press, though, it's just not making any sense to me. The man doesn't want to give a press conference, but he's yet to do so many different interviews. From what I've seen, he's done about 3-4 interviews.
care of that too? To tell a group of men and women that are going 24/7, 365, blood, sweat, tears, trying to find Nancy Guthrie, it could take a year? And what do you think that means to the family? She could be passed away in a year. She's already 84. I don't know why he stuck his other foot in his mouth. I'm surprised there's room in there.
You know, the DNA from the glove didn't match anybody in the FBI's database. Is that shocking to you that there was not one hit?
Many have asked me, am I surprised that there was not a CODIS hit on the glove, the random glove found on the side of the road nearly 2 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home? No, I'm not surprised. What I will be surprised about is if through the use of genetic genealogy, we cannot find a trace of the perp from touch DNA or DNA left in the home. And when I'm asked, there wasn't even one hit. Well, it only takes one hit. And remember, when you're talking about genetic genealogy as opposed to a hit in CODIS, which is a national data bank, genetic genealogy goes all the way back to the people that floated over on the Mayflower. And it will be very difficult for me to believe that not one person since way back when has not had their DNA, either them, a distant relative, an aunt, a cousin, a child, a grandpa, a grandma, a grandchild, enter their DNA into one of the ancestry websites. Now, how does that work? Think of Joseph D'Angelo, the infamous, the notorious Golden State Killer. He terrorized women, he raped, he killed for years. And he was a former cop, by the way, and moved jurisdictions. Why? He was so hard to catch. His DNA was entered into the genetic genealogy database. Bam! They got a hit. They narrowed it down to who, in relation to whoever's in the database, what relative lives in the area. They narrowed it down to him. They watched him. They got his DNA off of his car handle when he went into Hobby Lobby, and match, arrest, conviction. I'd be much more surprised if that didn't work than a random glove on the side of the road.
So you think that DNA is what's gonna crack this case?
I believe that DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, will go a long way to cracking this case. But I believe in old school. Some call it gumshoe. I guarantee you, somebody knows who is holding Nancy Guthrie.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it has to be. I think it's gonna have to be somebody that knows. I don't think it's gonna work with the DNA part of it. I'm not really feeling the DNA thing, and I also feel like that's just gonna take too much time. And if we're looking forward in a way that Nancy's still alive, then I mean we need to. Something else got to give. Something else has to happen. And I get it. I know they're working on, figuring this whole thing out. But look, we need to get the chains moving, man. Because a lot of us are still, we have this positive mindset that Nancy's still alive. And because if we're moving like Nancy's still alive, something got to give. So we something got to speed up here. Otherwise, I don't know how long these guys are going to wait. I really don't. And if that ransom was real, and if it was really real and these guys were real about what they say, there's no more Nancy. And like I said, Savannah's going to regret that for the rest of her life, And I get it, because a lot of people would be on her side when it comes to, the fact that she wasn't willing to send that money unless there was proof of life. I get it. I truly do. Because I would have been on the same page, without proof of life. I don't know that I'm sending that money. Well, I can only speak for myself, and I guess it just depends on the situation. And it also depends on how much money I got in my bank account as well. But at the same time, it makes it a little bit more different when you got the world involved. And if I got $6 million in the bank, it's no question at all that I'm sending that money just to even see what happens. I'll figure out the rest after that. But I think I got enough people involved to support me without me even having to go in my actual bank account to send that $6 million so that way my mom could come back home. That's just how I look at it, though.
There is a $200,000 reward. That's nearly $250,000.
Indeed, we had a lawyer. Norma Cup, thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it, my guy. Is it a guy? I don't know if it's a girl, but thank you so much for the sub. We got a guy, I think he's a lawyer. He did donate $100,000, so there is $100,000 on top of what the $100 FBI reward. Because the FBI, remember, they're the ones giving the reward for whoever comes with any information that leads us to Nancy. Or the suspect, I suppose. Don't quote me on it, though.
A girlfriend, an ex, a neighbor that hasn't put together 2 + 2 yet, and it will crack. And remember, wild speculation only hurts the investigation and the Guthrie family. And I'm talking specifically about our friend Savannah.
We thought maybe there was some momentum happening with the doorbell video that we had, but now it seems like that has cooled off as well. What's your take on that? Is this like leads? No, kind of having these dead ends. Is that normal in your experience?
Many people have expressed their disappointment and their exhaustion in this case. You know what? Suck it up, little sister. That's what these cases are about. Yes, many people not in the business of solving crimes had their hopes dashed and perceived it as a setback, that the investigation lost momentum when nothing was obtained from the porch guy video. That is just the beginning of the investigation. An investigation of this nature is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And you have to have the guts and the backbone and the perseverance to keep on and not give up every time there's a setback. No case is ever solved on day one. And
Yes,
what you
Nancy,
see
yes.
at trial,
Yes.
that is the culmination of all the wins. All the fingerprints you did find, the DNA that did match, the eyewitnesses that did come forward. You don't hear about every setback, every time something didn't work out. Every investigation is full of false leads. Rarely do you get your guy on day one. That's the nature of this business.
Do you believe the person that we did see on that video, though, is the person who did something to Nancy Guthrie? I mean, we've only seen one person with the backpack and the glove on. Do you believe that's the person that did it? It was around the
I still think that guy looks white.
time that, you know, her heart monitor separated from her Apple Watch. We've seen that person. That's who we're looking for?
Think that through. You think another guy showed up on the porch at 1:45 a.m. and her heart monitor was disconnected, the pacemaker disconnected from Bluetooth around 2 a.m. and now she's gone? Yes, that's the perp. That is the perp. He may be working with someone else or maybe an accomplice. I wouldn't be surprised about that because it's
still
hard
the
for me
perp.
to believe. The same guy that tried to put grass on the porch cam is the same guy, if they're connected, that wrote a fairly concise and eloquent ransom note. There may be an accomplice, but that's the guy. Trust me.
And thinking to that, now I think about the fact that Savannah Guthrie, you mentioned her, has had to see that. You've seen the person that has your mother, if we all believe that is the case. You know, she stepped away from the Today Show to be in Tucson this whole time. Does all this media attention surrounding her, because she is so high profile, does this help the case? Does it hurt the case?
The high-profile nature of this case, largely because of Nancy's relation to her daughter Savannah Guthrie, helps the case. As many naysayers
Gravel and
like to
shovel
point out,
discovered?
other missing people
No
do
way.
not get this attention or this many resources. So it is helping the case. More resources, more eyes, more people interested, more people sleuthing.
Shout out to that news station for doing that too, man. That looks beautiful.
Yes, it helps the case. I only wish every case could get this much attention.
We know that you have been through this with a fine-tooth comb, Nancy. So is there anything else that's significant to you? And what is your gut telling you right now about this case?
I believe the case will be solved. I think we will find who took Nancy Guthrie. But I still believe that this is a race against the clock. We have to find her quickly.
We're running out of time, guys. We are running out of time. We're running out of time, and so am I. I got to get going here. I got to go to work in the morning, guys. I can no longer continue for the rest of the night here. It's been a bad day for me. I got to be honest. And I get on stream tonight, and it's a bad night for me on stream. Where's my people? Where's the people? We got no people. Joking, man. I'm still going to go in just like I got 200 people, man. I appreciate those who stopped by to say hello, to have a conversation with me based on what's going on with Nancy Guthrie. We will continue to follow this thing, like I said in the beginning, and we'll be here until the very end, man. We got to figure out what happened to Nancy, man, and we got to keep putting that public awareness out there for our people, so that way we can figure out where the hell Nancy is. Big shouts to those of y'all stopping by and plugging in tonight, guys. That is it for me. I will see y'all tomorrow, man. Lock in with me tomorrow night, people. I'm out. Peace.
investigation. We've since learned that the polygraph tests had nothing to do with.
You freaked out? You sound freaked out.
You can go. I'm freaked out.
Should I send the drone, guys?
Yes.
Jacob says yes.
Tie the flashlight to the drone.
Jacob heard yes and he jumped. All right, I'm gonna send the drone, guys. Let's send the drone. Fuck it. I'm not going in there. Let's send the drone. All right. Damn, Jacob is freaked out. Jacob is freaked out. Okay, but where's the location? You said up front, right?
I gotta watch this real quick before I go, guys, because I think something's going on right now.
All right, let me send the drone up. Let's see what happens.
I didn't know this guy had a drone.
Let me give Jacob back his flashlight. Oh, it's starting to rain.
Somebody said maybe something going down, so I want to see.
I believe the case will be solved.
I think
Yeah, west of YMCA.
Let's see, where's this guy?
I don't know. Should I just go in there?
I'm trying to find this guy. I don't know why.
I don't know. I feel like going in there.
I don't know why they're freaking out.
But Jacob's pretty freaked out. I haven't seen him freaked out like this.
This guy's signal is
freaked
pretty
out.
bad.
Should I just go? I don't know. Maybe a super chat will. Maybe a super chat or a cash app will get me jumping. Hold on. Yeah, let's do the drone. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I know you guys are excited, but hold on, all right? Jacob's freaked out. Jacob's freaked out. I've never seen him like that. Hold on, I need to find my light. And I want to give Jacob back his flashlight.
Let's check out Jacob's stream real quick. Now these guys got me wondering, man. I'm trying to go to bed.
Bro, I really think it's nothing.
I'm gonna send the drone.
Yeah, I would send the drone out, but you know what? Hey, you know what I think though? I really think it's nothing. Like I do believe it's nothing. But for the 0.1% that chance
Right? Imagine, yeah, that there is. Yeah, I hear you.
So we'll throw up both of their streams here so y'all can see them both while I'm chilling here. Because I'm about to get off. We'll see if he sends the drone up. Shout out Mark and
True Crime Hill. Let's go.
Shout out
He's trying
Mark
so
and
hard to convince.
Sad Gone Live.
He's trying to convince himself it's nothing.
You guys been out here on this whole Nancy movement, so see what these guys are up to right now before I go to sleep here. Jacob is 6 years old mentally.
Hey guys, be nice, all right? Be nice in the chat.
I love it when people say be nice. Like,
Well, I'm gonna send the drone up, and then if I don't see
with
anything, then
thing,
I'll go in
trying
there.
to- I don't know. Man. He definitely didn't say he wasn't. I really hope the drone has better
Hey, thank you
camera
for the
footage,
super chat.
'cause his camera sucks.
Hold on, all right, guys. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Why my man breathing so hard? All he's doing is taking the drone out, right? I mean, the drone don't weigh 150 pounds, does it?
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Hang tight, all right? Hang tight. Damn, that call was crazy. All right, got the drone going. Oh, let me get closer.
Yo, does anybody in my channel know what's going on with these guys? Like, did they
A lot
find
of
like
fucking cops, man.
somebody said a shovel with something? I don't know.
Hold on, guys.
I have no idea what's going on.
Fucking cops, man.
Somebody said a shovel with. Yo, Shannon, what up? I'm actually getting off. I'm already done, but I'm just trying to see what's going on. These guys over here have both been covering the whole Nancy thing for a while, and I'm just trying to see. These two guys been out at night, mainly covering the Nancy thing. I don't know if you've seen these guys, but I'm trying to see what they're trying to look at. They said they saw something, so they're using the drone to see what it is instead of walking over there like two grown men. They're acting all scary. I don't even know where they're at. She's dead. Do you have a new case?
So dark over there.
I'm laughing at the new case part, but not the part where you said she's dead, because I don't agree with that. I don't know if I want to agree with that. But I do feel like she's not here sometimes, man. I don't know. I don't see anybody holding somebody that long,
like
especially if they don't really seem like they really want the money. You know what I'm saying? And just the fact that they might not even want any money is just a scary thought in itself. I don't know if this guy's going to show us the drone or what. I got to go to bed, though. I don't understand what's going on. Like, I think these guys saw somebody. Or saw something.
Yeah, large bush, right?
And they're scared to, like, go over there, I guess. I have no idea what's going on right now. I mean, the drone looks like it's driving nice. This guy's camera's pretty bad. Dad's
yeah,
gone
west
live.
of the
I
YMCA.
mean, he should be able to show.
Look, the YMCA is right there. Look. See that?
Why are they at the YMCA? I'm so confused. They're supposed to be in front of Nancy's house right now. I don't know if they got something on the scanner. I have no idea. I don't even hear the drone
cop
anymore.
post was shaking. Should we go in there or what?
Dads don't want to go in there.
Get the
He was
spotlight.
all freaked out. I don't know.
Well, I have a flashlight. Dang, it's freezing.
Yeah, and you're breathing like you just...
Yeah, I heard the call.
He's breathing
The call was
hard.
wild.
I don't want to say what I was thinking about saying.
No, I have a flashlight.
I thought he was going to fly the drone over that thing. I hope it's not a dead body. Chat going crazy right now, too.
Oh, here comes another cop, I think. Hold on, guys. Hold on. This might be another cop. Hold on.
That's not a cop. I'll tell you right now, I can tell by the lights.
Nope.
Told you.
Thank you, Blue Line.
Yeah, here's the YMCA right there.
Everyone that came from University, thank you. Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, there's homes? Well, it's not... Let's see. Hold on, all right? Hold on, guys.
I don't know if these guys think they see a body over there or what's going on, guys. I don't know, but I'm not going anywhere until they figure out what the hell's over there. These guys are being really weird right now. Like I said, these guys have been investigating this whole thing, streaming this whole thing They're usually they're usually in front of Nancy's house during the night hours. I usually see Mark and Dad's Gone Live at night for the Nancy Guthrie coverage. So I don't know why they're at the YMCA right now, how they ended up there. All I know is Dad's Gone Live. The guy on the littler screen that I'm showing you guys, he's saying that he doesn't want to go over there. He was just freaking out a few seconds ago. Let's go back into Dad's live stream real quick.
Yeah, should we go or what? I need motivation, guys. I'm not convinced.
That?
Should we go?
And then
So
these guys are all
just
scared to
FYI,
go.
I got the guys that for the company I work with.
I'm gonna go back because when he freaked out, like to the point where he freaked out.
I have this premium service. It's not even.
Why are they going?
I really
why did they even go?
And then send it to me in Messenger.
Like where are they? What are they doing?
Dude, it's too dark out there.
So confused. All right, let's get more into his stream.
We're about 7.5 miles away from Nancy's home.
So he's saying that he saw a car drive in there and then he turned around and then came out.
I can't see nothing.
No,
I don't know, guys. Should we go there or what? I need motivation.
Oh, nope.
Now we're
I'm not
talking.
going in there. He can.
Now I'm feeling better. Thank you, Getz. Trisha, thank you. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit better.
I'm not calling, Puffin, I really appreciate you, but I'm not calling anybody. I'm sorry.
Okay. Here's another super chat. Okay. Can we get it going? Let's see if we can get those super chats going.
I'm not calling.
Yeah, thank you guys
I'm
for
not
the
calling
super chats.
anybody. I can't. It's
Need a little motivation, you know what I mean? Man, I do want to see that brush.
Medic 293, transport request, 9210, East Golden's on course.
Thank you for your super chat.
17,300 south and 9200 east. Respond on 858.
Sikorsky, Trisha, and Gets Outdoor. Thank you so much. Oh, we got another one from ICU. Thank you for your $2 donation. Thank you. Oh, we got another one from Trisha again. Touch everything or don't touch anything. There's another one. All right. Okay. Now we're talking. Thank you, James. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, James. There's another one, Amy. She says go. Woo! I'm scared. I'm scared. All right. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Oh. Fuck, I'm scared. All right.
Bro, you have a whole nother man out there with you. Why are you being scared, bro? Ball the fuck up.
Oh, shit.
Excuse my language. Have some goddamn balls, man. Now they got me over here curious. I gotta go to bed. These guys think they freaking maybe see a body over there or something. They're scared to go discover a body. If it's a body, it's a body. If they're dead, they're dead, bro. What's gonna happen to you? A dead person isn't gonna attack you. I don't think it's a dead person, but
I don't think it's anything, guys.
So then why are you making a big deal
right now? I don't.
I'm trying to go to sleep.
All right, let's get going. Yeah, just make it before the cops come. You're right.
I don't want to miss this if I miss something. You know what I'm saying?
Throw the prayer hands up.
So
give me some
you
good
know what I
luck.
think, bro?
Give me some good vibes,
I really,
please.
really think it's nothing.
Oh, I got a $10 one. Thank you.
But
Who gave me a $10
yeah, I would send a
one?
drone out, but you know what? Hey, you know what I think though? I really, 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 really think it's nothing. Like, I do.
Who gave me a $10 one? Say their name, please, in the chat.
0.1%
I can't really see
chance
too much of the chat.
That there is something, we shouldn't be in there. You know? The drone thing is a good
So I
idea.
can shout them out. Yeah, prayer hands. Give me some good vibes.
3297.
Who donated? Thank you for donating $10.
There's 200.
Yeah, you're right. Before the cops show up, huh?
Why would they be worried about the cops? I'm so confused.
Give 2 $5 ones. Thank you, Amy. Woohoo!
Mark, should I change his name to Mark the Suspect?
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, I'm not going in there. So I'm not going to go in there for 2 reasons. First off, let's say the cops are really trying to not let anybody realize that something's going on, they don't want to stage, they're just watching from afar. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a good idea to... Yeah, I know, I'm locked in on the sheriff's department. There's no traffic.
Bro, go in there. Stop playing. At least Mark's trying to be a G.
So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the $10 super chat.
For sure.
Gene, thank you so much.
No, you're good.
Whoa, what the heck is this? This is like a park?
Out of every 100 people, there's at least like 2 or 3 trolls. So we got 4,700 in there. It's big. So that's the only reason why I was skeptical. So I appreciate it. Thanks for giving me the tip and that recording. So all right, thank you. Bye. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?
Stay cool.
I know how to call that
yeah,
coyote
stay
back
cool.
right now. I have a coyote
I'm just coming
call.
into the park.
I have a
No
coyote
big
king on the
deal. Right? You're a big
there's
shrub?
kind of
All right.
light in there. That's not his truck.
Fuck, I think I should shit my pants. I'm not gonna lie, I think I just shit myself.
Bro, get out of the car.
Guys, I
and
think I
make
just
sure
shit
there's
myself.
No one over there.
Holy shit. Near a big brush? Alright. Oh, fuck, here we
There's
go.
a light back in there, huh? That's not his truck either.
Why
His
you turn
truck's
the
off
camera
right.
off? Or the light off?
I ain't pulling in there.
Dad's
I've been
gone
doing
live. It's like
I
I'm
know
not.
better. I'm cool.
He's scared for his life right now. He don't want to go.
If it's a
Why wouldn't you even go with him, bro? You just gonna leave my man hanging like
There's
that?
one guy that was doing streaming stuff, and he pulled into a park like this for a scene.
Oh,
and
here we go
literally
with a
the cops
story.
impounded his vehicle for trespassing at night because the park was closed.
Guys, I'm not even lying. I just think I shit myself. I'm putting my boots on, alright guys? Hold on.
Oh my god, these guys are crazy, bro. Last time I checked, bro. Well, I guess I'm just a different breed, bro. It was heard on the scanner, a body in shallow grave in the wash with the
near the
shovel.
wash basin?
No way.
She was just worried about me going in there. She's like, I didn't want to give you the information. You should go in there. Please don't go
Well,
in there.
hopefully this guy grows some balls and goes in there, bro. Because I really want to see what's
Other
going
people
on.
can. I'm not. It's like that's fine if someone else wants to, but I don't. Is this near Skyline Drive? This is North Shannon Road and West McGee Road.
Yeah, they're way up there on the north side of town. I live in Tucson, so I know exactly where they're at. They're way up there. I don't know why they're way over there. Why are they way over there?
No way, dude. He's crazy, bro. I'm going to check his channel out right
Where's
now.
the wash
He's going in
basin?
there. I'm going to be watching this, dude. He's crazy. Crazy.
Where's the wash basin at?
Oh, shit. I really hope nothing happens, but... I got my popcorn.
You guys want to see it? I'm not going in there. I have no problem giving it to you guys. I'm not trying to keep you guys from seeing it. I'm not going in there. So I'm going to post the link right now. You guys want the link? I'm going to send it to you right now.
Bro, go help.
You guys the link.
Why wouldn't you go help him out?
Wash, what is it? Drive riverbed? I need to find, where's the riverbed at?
I don't think this is for Dad's Gone Live. I mean, just because he's not chasing crime, bro. I mean, just because chasing crime can be scary and have scary moments, it can creep you out just watching it. Why wouldn't he want to go discover a body?
Yeah, you guys are gonna check it out. I'm not. I'm definitely like that. Yo, I'm cool.
Get in there, bro. Look everywhere.
Fuck, I should have got that guy's. Oh, here it is.
Look down and all around.
Oh shit, here we go. Fuck. I see something over here. Like, is that the wash right there? It's like a kind of like a trail. Fuck, I'm freaking out. Freaking out, guys. Got my boots on. I'm freaking the fuck out right now. Oh, here we go, look. Is that it right there? That looks like a wash, right? Where is it? I want to know where the wash is.
What's funny is I just spammed the link for you guys to go over there and look at it, and someone was over there saying at least he has bowls. I'm like, DGO.
Fuck, it's cold out here.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Keep it real,
Okay.
my man. Does have some balls.
I see something. All right,
That's
I'm gonna go.
You don't have.
There's a trail over here. Hold on, guys.
Hope he can find his way back to his truck. So dark, I can't even see how far he is down there.
I'm watching right now too. He's walking around.
Fuck, man, I should have grabbed Jacob's flashlight.
Yeah, I ain't going in there. Like I want to. Like I ain't gonna lie, I really want to.
Yeah, because you don't want nobody calling you a pussy.
Hell no.
My
bro.
bad, bro. I should never said
freaking
that.
disappeared with that flashlight.
Now he's trying to get some balls.
We'll drive in there. I'm not getting out walking around. I'm cool.
Now he ain't getting out.
We're gonna drive in there because he's in there. So we'll go in there and see what's up.
Well. Can't tell if that's trail. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go with the flashlight. Dang, looks like the sun came out.
So actually doesn't even look that bad, to be honest with you. I'm so tempted to go.
Yeah, it's so freaking dark out here. But I just turned on my bright. Oh, look. Okay, hold on. There's something else over here. Hold on.
This fool's tripping, dude. He's crazy. I'm not going out there.
Then why do you keep saying you're so tempted and then he doesn't go out there? Be a man and
Yeah, I
go,
don't
bro.
think it's
Stop
crime
being
scene.
a little
I'm convinced when he pulled in here and no cops rolled up, it's no crime scene.
You ever know Nancy could be in there, bro.
I'm gonna come back during the day, not at night.
I think my shit just cut off, bro. Yeah, I think my stream disconnected.
Hello?
My internet's all messed up. I don't think he found anything, guys. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's good.
Doing, bro? Oh hell
said there was
no!
a
You guys want to
shovel.
see what he's doing? Dude, hell no! This guy is tripping.
Thank you, Salty.
I don't see no lights.
I think he's on a walk path.
Hey, should I hide behind his truck when he walks back around and jump out at him?
Nah, don't do that, bro. You were already scared enough not to get out, man.
All right, we're
Don't
gonna go over here
ruin
again.
his moment.
We're
bro.
gonna explore this area over here.
What?
Okay, here we go, guys. Fuck it.
What? No. This dude's crazy.
I almost don't think that Dad's Gone Live should be chasing crime, bro.
Hey, thank you, LGCS. Thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate it.
I mean, you. Excuse me. You got to be somewhat crazy to chase crime, guys. Let's be real. You got to be a little bit crazy to chase crime, especially for those who really chase crime. You're gonna find a dead body. You're gonna find, or somebody's dead.
isn't that
They're a
fishy?
murderer.
Why
you
is a
know,
cop out here?
and they're still looking for the body. You're gonna discover stuff like that as as someone who does crime. Especially for the person behind the camera. I mean, you want to discover things like that. And a lot of us, crave a lot of viewership on platforms like YouTube.
Hey guys,
so
be nice about other creators.
we really want, to go viral. We're waiting for that moment to go viral. I feel like most people stream every day because they're
Wonder if the shovel's still
a lot of their we have goals as well, but I think the big intention behind streaming is going viral. And we don't, and that's not really my motive. I really don't have that in mind a lot, but I mean, I hope someday I
He's
do.
hit by a big bush, no?
Regardless.
What the fuck, man? All I see is big bushes. And
I didn't tell him to go walk around in there.
How are they
He's
getting the
tripping.
call over here about
She
that?
said, I ain't telling him to go walk around in there. He's tripping.
I'm cool. Oh, I see him now.
Yo, my man really scared.
He's over there.
Yo,
leave. Yeah, you guys are right.
Dad's Gone Live. We
let's
love
take
you,
off.
bro. We love you.
Holy shit. Damn, my heart is pounding.
Mark, you got
You
balls,
said
bro.
a big bush, but look, it's all big bushes. Large shrub, yeah. These are all large shrubs right here. Yeah, they're probably laughing at me, huh? Back at the
Bad
station.
language. Yeah, that was my fault, man. I won't cuss again. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, the cops right here.
I probably won't even take this.
Cops are here.
Cops are there now? Oh, no.
He thinks it's a fucking cop. Oh, that's epic. Look, we're gonna prank him right now.
Cops are here.
Put your hands
Cops
up!
are here. Cops are here.
Put your hands up! Do not reach to your pockets. Turn around. I'm just playing, bro.
Huh?
Oh my fucking god. Excuse, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. Dude, I am not walking out there.
Oh, you motherfucker. You piece of shit. You fucker. You motherfucker.
I am not walking out there.
You fucking got me good, dude. You fucking got me good, dude. When you said don't reach in your pockets, I'm like, this motherfucker's shooting me.
All right, man. At least they turned out having some fun, man.
Dude, my heart's
y'all have a
racing
good
out
night,
there.
man. These guys had me tripping for a second. I thought they got it.
Fuck,
I thought
man.
they were getting themselves into something.
You got
Thanks
me
so
good.
much for stopping by and plugging in tonight.
You got me
guys.
good.
I'm out of here, yo.
Hey, that's what you get for all those people talking shit about me.
What are they talking shit about you?
No, they're just saying I have no balls.
Oh, come on, guys. Be nice.
Hey, no, I don't care what. I don't care. I ain't got no balls. I ain't going out there. Not my balls weren't made going out there, and I'm cool.
Yeah, you're good.
If I had a dog and a firearm, it'd be a little different, but I don't. So.
Oh my God! You don't need a firearm.